So this is a coaching session from one of my students who signed up for my 6-week program. And this is a great session because it's very simple and easy to understand. We didn't go into any crazy concepts, but it was great teaching him, and I was able to help him learn and kind of break down his lap in the F4 car. So hope you all enjoy, and hopefully you guys can get something out of this coaching session.
The first thing I noticed for kind of the first couple corners are pretty important. Use all the track on the left, which you are.
Yep.
So this is kind of like not, yeah, so this isn't really, you can get a bit closer, but definitely you want to be hitting this first curb here. So you want to turn in much earlier. And the reason being is because you don't have a long straight after this. You have a little bit of a straight and then you have another corner. So you want to turn in just a little bit sooner and carry more speed. And you want to be using all of this. You want to get closer to this white line. So yeah, turn in a bit sooner and just same thing like we talked about with line. Just carry a bit more speed through and run all the way out to this curb over here, because you have time to bring the car back to the right, because you want to bring the car back to the right for the left-hander and get the front to try to turn in towards that curb there. So you should be looking here and try to get the nose right down there, right in this area. Here, you're kind of like washing out a bit. You kind of miss this apex completely. If you can get down here, that's easily like 3 or 4 tenths, because again, all this speed is, this is the important corner, because this is going to lead you all the way down to the basically big hairpin. So you turned in, right? That you slightly missed this apex, and then you went here, and then you went here. The ideal kind of situation for this in this car, which I just did, is something like that. And if you look at your line, which is in the red, you're under the limit from here to here. See these two faces here?
Yeah.
So when you have two corners like this, where you have a right and then a left, you know that you can carry more speed into the first one because you're going straight. So see how from here to here, you're just driving straight? That means that the fastest ways you want to be on the limit everywhere. So in the green line, I'm turning to the right, still turning to the right, still turning to the right, and then I go back to the left. So I'm on the limit, basically in between these two corners where you're just driving straight. And you're going to be losing time.
Yeah.
So I just want you to look at how I'm turning right, still on the limit, but because of the downforce, I have time to go all the way back to the right. And it's important that when you bring the car back to the right, you are using all the track. So that's going to gain you a lot of time. Worry more about the exit. Carry more exit speed. And you can see you bring the car back to the right, but you still leave a lot of room on the right-hand side. From right here, you're under the limit. From here, basically all the way to here. So you're leaving time on the table throughout, the first 2 sectors, and again, you can carry a lot of speed. Yeah, so if this corner was completely flat, that would be the correct philosophy, because you have a long straight after, and arguably the most important straight on the track. But because there's so much grip over here, and there's not much grip out there, and you can see it's kind of dirty out there, you want to be down at the apex. And again, you're going to be using all of that compression to carry the speed through. So I'm actually braking at the same spot you are, but I released the brake sooner. And because I released the brake sooner, I just roll more speed into the corner.
Like, what are you carrying right there? Let's stop.
Yeah, we can go right around here. 119, right around here, and you're going 102. So that's 20 kph more that you can carry into the corner. And I think it's just all into the release of the brakes. Just releasing the brakes sooner. And also understanding in your head that with a higher downforce car, you get more grip the faster you go. So really, if you can keep up the speed through here, you can just find time and just carry more speed. I would just say you can get on power sooner. Don't worry so much about using all the track here. Again, because, so this corner is going to be more about entry speed rather than the exit, because again, you have this corner right there. Here, same thing. Make sure you're using all the track. This is super important because this corner is already tight as is. So by doing this, you're just making it harder for yourself. This corner, best advice I can give you for this corner is turn in sooner than you think, because the track falls away. So when the track falls away here, the car is going to naturally be pushed out wide. Yeah, so there's a bit of camber, but before you get into the camber, there's a crest. So right around here, you're going to have no grip as you make the transition going into the corner. So you're turning in, like here, I see you making the movement turn in. You can see you kind of miss the apex naturally because the track's going to fall away. Where after I go through here, I'm I'm just turning in a bit sooner, and be very patient on the throttle here. The second you touch the throttle too much, the car is just going to wash out. But again, try to turn in a bit sooner and harder than you think you need to, because then again, once you get here, the car is just going to want to fall away. One thing that I do is after I make this first corner, I sort of accelerate pretty hard straight, and then I go hard on the brakes here to make a late apex for this corner.
Wheel back if you watch.
Yeah. So like you see the apex here, but really the apex isn't even there. Like really your apex is like around here.
Right.
So like you should be turning in somewhere like that, because look how much easier the corner becomes. But if you look at the apex here and you're like, oh, this is the apex, and you kind of get tricked by this, now you're not carrying speed and just kind of hugging the inside, and then you end up going wide. Generally speaking, like...
You got it right on the limit there, because I can see you wiggling the car.
Yeah. Generally speaking, like my first couple laps will be kind of like raggedy a bit and not very smooth, just because I'm trying to get to the limit as soon as possible. So like
Is that what you're doing there? Are you testing grip right there when you're wiggling the car? Or are you really on the limit? When you wiggle it like that, are you trying to see how much grip it has?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, I think I'm subconsciously and also consciously doing that, where when I go into this corner, I'm trying to push as hard as I think that the car can go. And then once the rear starts to break loose here, that can give me a reference point of like, okay, this is all the tires can take. Because if you think about it, you're really just trying to find the limit of the tires, because that's what connects the car to the ground. So when I'm going on my laps, I'm really just pushing to see where do the tires break loose. And this here gave me a reference point as, okay, this is how much speed I can carry into this corner. Let's bring it back a tiny bit so that we're on the limit, but we're not like snapping. And something that I also do as well is you can, if you're going through a corner and you're mid corner, if you want to find out if you're on the limit or not, just turn the wheel more. So if you turn the wheel mid corner and the car starts to understeer, you're on the limit. But if you turn and the car turns more, then that tells you that you're not on the limit because you can turn more.
So that is going to be it. If you want more of this content, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to be on the inside and actually have me teach you some of these lessons and concepts, be sure to check out my coaching. Link will be in the description. I'm excited to get working with you guys.